Imagine the architect of the deadliest war in history cowering in a concrete tomb as the world closes in. What drove Adolf Hitler to his final, desperate acts in those last chaotic days? Dive into the shadows of the Führer bunker with me. As April 1945 dawned, Berlin was a city in ruins. Soviet forces encircled the German capital, pounding it with artillery day and night. Hitler, now 56 and a shadow of his former self, retreated deep underground into the Führer bunker, a fortified complex beneath the Reich Chancery. Here, in this claustrophobic lair, he clung to delusions of victory, surrounded by his inner circle, Joseph Goebbels, Martin Bormann, and his longtime companion, Eva Braun. On April 20th, Hitler celebrated his birthday in the bunker. It was a somber affair, marked by false optimism. Generals presented grim reports of collapsing fronts, but Hitler dismissed them, ranting about miracle weapons and betrayals. His health deteriorated rapidly, trembling hands from Parkinson's, fueled by a cocktail of drugs administered by his doctor, Theodor Moral. By April 22nd, reality shattered his illusions. During a situation conference, Hitler learned that Soviet troops were just blocks away. He erupted in fury, declaring the war lost and blaming everyone but himself. For the first time, he spoke openly of suicide, refusing to be captured alive like Mussolini, whose mutilated body had been displayed in Milan days earlier. As the Red Army tightened its grip, life in the bunker grew surreal. Eva Braun hosted champagne parties to lift spirits, while children, Goebbels' 6 young ones, played innocently amid the chaos. Hitler dictated his last will and testament on April 29th, expelling Hermann Göring and Heinrich Himmler for perceived treason, and naming Goebbels his chancellor and Karl Donitz his president. That same night, Hitler married Eva Braun in a brief ceremony, witnessed by Goebbels and Bormann. It was a final act of normalcy in the apocalypse. The next day, April 30th, as Soviet shells shook the bunker, Hitler said his goodbyes. At around 3:30 p.m., he and Eva retreated to his study. She took cyanide. He shot himself. Their bodies were carried upstairs, doused in gasoline, and burned in the Chancery garden. Goebbels briefly assumed power but followed suit, poisoning his family and himself on May 1st. The bunker fell silent. On May 2nd, Berlin surrendered. Hitler's charred remains were discovered by the Soviets, who kept the details secret to prevent a martyr's cult. The fall of the Third Reich marked the end of an era of terror. But questions linger. Was Hitler's suicide an escape from justice, or the ultimate cowardice? If you enjoyed this dive into history, hit that like button, subscribe to our channel for more untold stories, and drop a comment below to suggest our next topic. You decide.